Don't get stuck down in influencer land because you'll get stuck. It's like quicksand. There's lots of ways to drive value to help business pain. And if you're a thorough salesperson and you want to be sustainable and successful, do it again and again. So it's almost like a rap. Call high, find the pain, bring the gain, do it again and again. So you've got to do a good job. And the goal is to not get in and pitch your product or your service. Do not do that. That's a classic mistake. You get that meeting with a C-level person, and within the first 2 minutes, if the wrong things come out of your mouth, they want to press the eject button and get you out of there, right? And you'll never be invited back. It's like the Jetsons, boom, right? You're gone, right? If you can bring more benefit to the table through outer ring value creation, now you get the loyalty. Now they're not going to bug you on price. No, I know he's not the lowest, but he's done so much to help our organization and me personally.
Welcome to the Selling from the Heart podcast on the From the Heart Business Network. You've joined a global movement of sales professionals who are dedicated to being authentic and building trust. We call it Selling from the Heart. Together, we're on a mission to bring sincerity and substance to the sales profession we all love. Get ready to be inspired and equipped as we join our hosts, Larry Levine and Darrell Amy.
Hello and welcome back to the Selling from the Heart podcast. Your co-host, Darrell Amy, here today with Larry Levine. What's going on, Larry?
Oh, hey, it's great seeing you. It's not like what's going on with me. It should be what's going on with our guest, Darrell. We're in for a really good treat today with our friend.
If you were arrested and accused of being a sales professional, would there be enough evidence to convict you? It's going to be such a fun conversation with our friend, Ian Selbie. We are so glad you've joined us today. Selling from the Heart is a global movement of sales professionals that say, hey, I'm in on being genuine, being authentic, building trust, all of the attributes of selling from the heart. We love giving a shout out to our friends, and we got a great shout out this week.
Yeah, absolutely. A special shout out to a new member of the Selling from the Heart community, Kristen Glass. I appreciate you. You're a rock star up in one of my favorite states in Colorado. Keep doing what you're doing. You're making a difference. Thank you.
Absolutely. Well, we are cheering you on. And today's guest brings a powerful challenge to every sales professional. If you were arrested for selling, would there be enough evidence to convict you? Ian Selbie is a globally recognized sales performance expert, author, and podcast host who has spent more than 25 years helping organizations elevate their sales teams and drive sustainable growth. Ian has trained and coached over 17,000 sales professionals worldwide, working with organizations you'll recognize like Amazon Web Services, Microsoft, Dell, and Xerox, along with many regional teams looking to scale. Before launching his own business, Ian built his career at Apple, where he was named the company's top salesperson in the world, a testament to his ability to win complex deals and deliver consistent results. Today, Ian's work focuses on helping sales teams improve forecast accuracy, strengthen customer loyalty, reduce turnover, and build repeatable systems that drive revenue and profit. He is the author of If You Were Arrested for Selling, Would There Be Enough Evidence to Convict You? He's the host of the popular podcast, Confessions of a Sales Pro, where he shares practical, no-nonsense insights grounded in real-world experience. And he's here with us today. Ian, welcome to Selling from the Heart. It's great to have you here.
Thank you, Darrell, and Larry, both of you. It's an honor to be on your show. I'm a follower, a listener, a watcher, so it's my honor to be here today with you.
Oh, no, it's all good. It's our honor, but we're in some Apple legendary stuff here, Darrell. So it's like our pleasure. Fun. This is going to be good stuff, Ian Selbie.
Yep. As we get started, Ian, you know the question every guest on Selling from the Heart answers, and that is, what does selling from the heart mean to you?
I think it's a wonderful question, by the way. And I love how you begin every show with that very question. That says a lot about who someone is. I think their answers. And I would like to say, Darrell, I've got two parts to my answer. So the first is from a salesperson's perspective. So it's about having a heart for their customer, right? But with curiosity and compassion to help them personally and professionally. So that's the salesperson across the desk from the customer, coming from that perspective. The second part would be as a sales leader. I know many of the listeners and watchers are sales leaders. So from the sales leader's perspective, it's about having a heart for their team, that inspires confidence through coaching to help them actually reach their potential. So that's from whatever seat you're in. I think Selling from the Heart has some scalability, if you will, or movement. But I love the idea of Selling from the Heart. It's a wonderful name and a wonderful show.
Oh, well, thank you very much. I got to hit on something because I think my question's going to kind of bring in salespeople and sales leader. You said a heart for people and a heart for your clients, person sitting across the desk. Describe what this heart for service really looks like through the lens of Ian Selbie, please.
Well, it's really important. I don't know. People say, so you've got a program. Yeah, I got a 2-day course. Well, yeah, and I charge money for that. But I've got a quote. So if you do these 4 things, you'll be successful. Yeah, I might need 2 days to explain how, but if you do, this is the what. And they're like, the quote's free, right? Yeah, the quote's free. So number 1, call high. Call on decision makers first. Don't get stuck down in influencer land because you'll get stuck. It's like quicksand. So call high. Second point, and this is kind of the heart thing, find their pain. What's their business pain? What's really broken? How could you really help move the needle, not just from your products or your services? There's lots of things you can do to add value to a client once you understand what their pain is for free, but it adds value. So you create loyalty and you build trust. I know trust is a major theme of everything you guys do. So call high, find the pain, and then bring the gain. And sometimes the gain might have your service or your product as a part of it. And oftentimes it will be augmented by other things, introduction, information. There's lots of ways to drive value to help business pain. And if you're a thorough salesperson and you want to be sustainable and successful, do it again and again. So it's almost like a rap. Call high, find the pain, bring the gain, do it again and again.
Love it. That's fantastic. It's so good. It's so practical. I absolutely love it. Well, this title of this book is just one of the best book titles. And if you were convicted, if you were arrested today, led away, and you were on trial for being a salesperson, would you be convicted? Why do you think so many salespeople probably wouldn't be convicted in a court of law?
I often get asked, how did you come up with the name? Because people are quite fascinated by the name, right? So I used to ask CEOs when I'd go in on a sales call and I'm trying to sell them, find their pain. The gain is often, in my perspective, what I bring to the table could be referrals or other people, but it can often be training and coaching and maybe even software. So I used to ask the question differently. I used to say, if your sales force were arrested for selling, would there be enough evidence to convict them? And CEOs, their classic answer would be 2 of them would be serving life. I wish I could clone them because they're amazing.
Right. Yeah.
The rest, I'd like to fire them and start over. And that's where I come in. Well, I can help you with that. So it was one of my favorite questions to ask. So I personalized it for the title of the book. And I've got a white paper, which is also a guide or a mini book called The 7 Deadly Sins in Selling. So it talks about the things that would stop someone from getting convicted for selling. Now, one of them is calling on the wrong decision makers, like not on non-decision makers, actually, right? So, the influencers, folks further down the food chain, they'll be involved, but you need to anchor yourself and leverage corporate gravity. Otherwise, you get stuck down there, and they can't say yes. All they can say is no.
Yep.
Right. So calling at the right level is one of the biggest things that the good salespeople, the professional consultative salespeople do right.
Hey, I gotta touch on this, Ian, because I want to really zero in on this calling at the top for a moment, because it's been thrown at me, it's been thrown at Darrell, I'm sure, Ian, it's been thrown at you. Well, Larry, You just don't get it, man. You just don't understand. You just don't understand this industry. You don't understand the nature of our business, right? I can't get, whatever the excuse is, I'm going to go with this, Ian. I can't get to the president, the CEO. That's why I call them these lower level to mid-level decision makers. And what I say to that, it's hogwash. What say you?
Oh, I completely concur. I agree with you. And we all like shortcuts. I always pretend I'm in a room. Raise your hand if you want a selling shortcut. Go ahead, folks. Get the hands in the air.
Man.
There's one great way to call in the C-suite is get a referral from someone else in a different C-suite. That is gold. That is the number one goal. How do you do that? You earn that. You earn referrals like that by doing great work, by delivering on your promises, by keeping and nurturing the trust, continuing to look for ongoing business pain to bring ongoing gain to help them. And then they're happy to refer you, probably not to a competitor, but to someone else that they know. So you pick up the call. Oh, Darrell said to give you a call today. Oh, sure. Come on in, Larry. For sure. If you're a friend of Larry, yeah, come on in. So that's a great way. Another way is to do your homework first. Research who they are. What are their issues? Websites, LinkedIn, there's lots of places to go and get ready to make these calls to get through. And you need to be persistent. In my 2-day course, I have 3 CEOs that I've interviewed. And so I asked them, what do they like about salespeople? How should they behave? What don't they like about sales? So things never to do. And how should they treat the EA, the executive assistant? And so I'm talking about it in the module, creating value, calling in the C-suite. And I play the videos and they're like, oh, could you play that one more time? I'm giving them access to some information they've never had before. So you've got to do a good job. And the goal is to not get in and pitch your product or your service. Do not do that. That's a classic mistake. You get that meeting with a C-level person, and within the first 2 minutes, if the wrong things come out of your mouth, they want to press the eject button and get you out of there, right? And you'll never be invited back. It's like the Jetsons. Boom, right? You're gone, right? Yeah. So what's the first objective on a sales call in the C-suite? First of all, not product, not even your company. It's to sell yourself and the role you'd like to play to help them. And that starts by understanding who they are, what's going on for their business, what are their challenges, what are their objectives, and then adding value. In my 2-day course, I have something called the outer ring. So the small ring in the center is what's the pain? The second ring is what could we sell them that would help some of the pain, because we can't help it all, right? No one can. We're not a Costco of business pain solutions. No one is, right? So the outer ring is what else can we do that would help that business pain without selling anything, right? So there's always a formula in the C-suite for value, that it's V equals B minus C. Value equals benefit minus cost. That's how the C-suite, that's their metrics. That's the math they do in their mind. And so one way to make the V bigger to enhance value is bring your costs down. But that's called discounting. And that's a race to a bottom. The bottom you don't want to win, right? So another way to make the V bigger is to make the B bigger. Leave cost as is. But if you can bring more benefit to the table through outer ring value creation, now you get the loyalty. And they're not going to bug you on price. No, I know he's not the lowest, but he's done so much to help our organization and me personally.
If you love the Selling from the Heart podcast, then you know how much we value authentic leadership and building relationships with heart. But here's the thing. Great leadership doesn't stop with sales. It starts at the top with CEOs who inspire trust, create meaningful cultures, and lead with purpose.
That's why we're excited to invite you to get involved with the Culture from the Heart podcast. On Culture from the Heart, we celebrate CEOs who are transforming their companies by putting people first. And we're asking you to help us find them.
Do you work for an incredible leader? Know a CEO who builds culture from the heart? Nominate them to be interviewed on the show. Together, let's spotlight the leaders who make businesses thrive by leading authentically.
So head over to cultureFromTheHeart.com to submit your nomination today. Because when leadership starts with the heart, culture and success follow. I love it. Absolutely. Cheering this on, sell value. So I want to go back to these 7 deadly sins because you got me intrigued. First deadly sin is not calling at the top. What are some of the other, what's another one of the really, really egregious, awful, deadly sins that you see in sales?
Oh, there's 7, and I'm happy if our listeners, and I'll make this offer right now for free, a free downloadable PDF for all of our listeners underneath, called the 70 Cents in Selling. But I'll read a couple for you. Another one is the premature proposal trap, right? I'm not sure if you've experienced this yourself. Oh, yeah, that'd be a great idea. Why don't you send me a proposal on that? And they hang up and go, oh, great, next, right? And the salesperson runs back to the office, works on this thesis, this amazing document that's going to win an MIT research paper. It's like a work of art. And it's taken them hours, if not weeks, to do. Meanwhile, they're not doing other things because they're working on this. Right? Other things could be building their pipeline, closing other business that's better qualified, right? So then they phone the prospect back and say, I've got your proposal ready. Said, great. Why don't you just email it over and we'll have a review. So email, right? It happens every day. It's just, I want to bite myself. Then the salesperson goes to the sales meeting and the sales manager says, who's forecasting any business this week? And the guy says, I got this big ass proposal. It's like, they're loving it. They can't wait. I got to follow up next week. Oh, great. We'll put you down for a whole bunch of that. Great. They phone back the following week and the customer says, classic, see you later. We're really busy right now, but thanks for all your work. We're going to keep this on file. Please follow up with us in 6, maybe 9 months. We might have a little more bandwidth to talk about it then. So the premature. So if someone is not worthy of a proposal, you don't do a proposal until you're thoroughly qualified in the pipeline stage. So you want to win back your time and your hope and your next win. No more giving proposals away to unqualified opportunities. So that's a big one. Another one that one of the motivators for writing our software is thinking that a CRM will fix you. Oh my gosh, the amount of people I've trained and coached through the years where now they're buying a CRM and it's costing them a ton of money. The acronym CRM can stand for something else. I'm not sure. We know it's customer relationship management, but it can also stand for cash runaway monster. Because the amount of money and time people spend trying to stand up a CRM for, in the end, salespeople to go, I ain't doing it. That's robbing my time. It's eating my clock. There's no way. So they fill it in with garbage, right? And so they're wondering, why can't we got to try it again? Well, how much time and effort, right, that goes into it? It reminds me of a CRM reminds me of golf, right? So it's the golfer up there, and they've got a slice. So they tee the ball up, and it curves into the trees. So they think, I know what'll fix me. I need a tool, a better tool. I go to back to the pro shop and buy one of those great big Berthas with a Volkswagen on the end of the stick, right? Great big club. What happens now? I'm deeper in the trees. No, that's been my experience. If you've got a slice, you got to fix your swing, not buy a different club. Same in sales. It's the sales process before you automate it with any technology.
Oh, this is so good. So I got to take this off.
The other 4 will be, leave some intrigue there. We'll leave some intrigue. You'll find out what the other, if you like those 3, there's 4 other juicy ones that'll be in the document as well.
Great.
Oh, hey, this is good. Okay, this is good. So now here's where this thing's going to get funny, but we're going to bring this back to business. So Darrell already knows this. A lot of our listeners already know this. Ian, I'm just a California wine snob. I'm a proud California wine snob. Well, there's a Zinfandel here in California, and the label is 7 Deadly Zins, ZINS.
Zins.
So as I'm listening to 7 Deadly Sins, all I'm thinking about is 7 Deadly Zins. So, but that's not why we're here to talk about California wine. We're here to talk about more of these 7 Deadly Sins. So you got to lay some more on us.
No, it's fun. It's interesting. I did a a 2-day course. This is going back a few years in Seattle. And I started off the beginning of the morning one and talked about, start with what not to do, and then we'll talk more about what you should do. So the 7 deadly sins. 2 brought a bottle of the 7 deadly sins to the class to give it to me as a gift. And I was like, so I've actually had what you're talking about, Larry.
It's so good, Ian Selbie. I love it.
I've actually had it. It's
I love it.
I love it. It's so good.
Hey, Ian, most of our listeners know that I am a total Apple nerd, and I love the products, and I've followed it for decades now. And so you were named let me look this up so I get it right, the top salesperson of the world at one of the most cool companies out there. Talk to us about what it was like to sell at Apple back in the day. I'm really, really curious about this.
You're taking me back to the old days. It's right up there with watching the birth of my children, right? It was that significant in my overall life. So I met Steve Jobs the first time in '84 in Hawaii at an international sales conference. They were always in Hawaii. So conference is like 4 or 5 days of T-shirts, flip-flops, and shorts. But they told us, to bring a suit because there'll be awards night. Now, I was the rookie. At this time, I was 25. So I've got a picture. It's in my book. So anyway, so I see them. It's awards night. They have the cocktail party around the pool before we go in for dinner and the awards. And I see Steve Jobs strolling up with his jeans, his sandals, and hi to the guy. I have to. And my older Vancouver colleagues are like, don't be a groupie. I'm like, are you kidding? The guy's, I love this man. He's changing the world, one person at a time. What a mission. I have to go say thank you to all this, right? So I did. Someone snapped a picture, and it wasn't the iPhone days where you could do that. We're talking the old jalopy cameras. Got it blown up, but so that's near and dear to my heart. My 10 years at Apple was a wonderful experience. The year I won the award you're referencing, and you know what? No one wins an award like that themselves. It's a team. Selling is really a team sport. I know a lot of people. He was wonderful at coaching me. I had a fantastic systems engineer. She's still with Apple in Cupertino. Wow. Actually, VP of a very large Western Canadian enterprise account. And my quota on the account, I took him down to Cupertino for a 3-day executive briefing, just golf at Pebble Beach, dinner at the Plumed Horse. It was lovely, a wonderful experience. And they signed up for a trial. So there wasn't any rules until I came along. I always beg for forgiveness rather than ask for permission. So I put $300,000 of Mac and printers into this account on a trial for 90 days. So then my sales manager, my director for the following year, bumped my quota up on that account to $500,000. And I was negotiating why there could be there's lots of reasons why you shouldn't do that to me. I was, one of the highlights of my corporate career, there's no question.
Amazing.
I'm still going back to this 7 deadly sins. I don't know why. Something's taking me back to 7 deadly sins, Darrell.
That's so good. What a great story. I know everyone's going to really enjoy the 7 deadly sins. We'll put that link in the show notes. Ian, I know a lot of our listeners are thinking the exact same thing that I'm thinking, and that is, how do I get more Ian Selbie in my life?
Oh, wonderful question. I love it when people ask that. I'm very active on LinkedIn with so I'm on LinkedIn. There's only one of me, so that's an easy one. The website for my services, my books, and my podcast, that is called sales.com. And then our pipeline management software app for sales is called SalesLook. So that one's at saleslook.com. Awesome. Happy to talk to any of you. If you've got questions about the 7 deadly sins, not zins, that'll be in the show notes. And feel free to reach out to me.
Oh, what a fun conversation.
You're a good guy. I appreciate it.
Yeah, you're a class act. Thank you for sharing your time, your heart with us today. This has been amazing. What a great conversation with Ian. I just love that title. If you were convicted of being a salesperson, would there be enough evidence to book you. And I think this is really, really good. And all of the stuff we were talking about today, especially around starting with the top level decision maker, you got to start there. The rest of it's just spinning your wheels.
I mean, I totally agree. And again, I just got to camp on this for a second. Darrell, you can put a nice bow on this. Some of y'all are going, you just don't understand. I said, yes, we do understand. Your win rate will appreciate you immensely. If you can start, right? Raise your confidence, the believability in yourself, your self-worth. You all can start at the top. That's where these decisions and the visionary thinking is going on. Don't allow the low-level, mid-level decision makers to sell your wares. You got to get in front of these people. Why? Because I guarantee you this, they want their salespeople doing the exact same thing.
100%. Well, hey, thank you for joining us today. Thanks to everybody who is sharing this show with your peers inside your company, your clients. This movement of authenticity and trust in the sales profession continues to grow now in its 10th year. What an amazing journey. And we're so grateful you've joined us. So thanks for joining us this week. Until next time, keep being genuine, keep being authentic, keep building trust. Start at the top. And most of all,
sell from the heart.